Hi, I'm John with Behringer and welcome to Music Group TV. In this short video, I'd like to give you some pointers for using Wi-Fi to control the AIR series of digital mixers. The AIR mixers have a built-in Wi-Fi adapter which makes them great for plug-and-play operation, but there's still some tips you should follow to ensure proper performance. Looking at the opening screen of the AIR Edit app, this is basically what it looks like after you've connected to the AIR's Wi-Fi and fired up the application. Now, a quick note I'd like to make is, if you look at my Wi-Fi settings here, I am connected to the XR18's network. Now, in order to connect to that, you do need to make sure that your AIR mixer is switched into access point mode. So that's going to be the first thing you do out of the box. Since we're all set and connected, I'm going to go ahead and connect to the XR18. For this example, we'll do a console to PC sync. Now that we're connected, there's a few settings that we can do to optimize our wireless network. So we're going to go to the access point menu, and we have a few options here. Now you can see that under security, it currently says open. Now this is not good because anybody can go ahead and log onto the network, and even if they're not causing any problems, there still can be interference caused by these other devices. So you're going to want to go ahead and secure that network, and to do that, you're just going to press the WEP button right here. And now you'll notice we have the option to type in a key. Now this key does need to be either 5 or 13 characters. So I'm going to go ahead and just type in a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And before I click apply, there's one other setting here I want to mention, and that's the WLAN channel. If I bring this up here, you'll notice that there's 11 channels available on my Wi-Fi, on Wi-Fi in general. And so certain situations you may be running into interference or having some trouble connecting. And this could simply be because you're on a crowded Wi-Fi channel. So you may try a different channel, and that often helps. Now, there's also apps available for your cell phone, iPhone, Android devices, etc. That can actually scan the area and tell you what the best Wi-Fi channel to use is. So if you're having trouble, I highly recommend you try that out. In our example, we're just going to go with channel 5. When I'm done with this menu, I can hit apply. Now, anytime you change these settings here, you're going to need to do a reset on the router. Now, in this case, we can do a soft reset, which is really simple. All we need to do is flip the switch that we just mentioned before from access point over to Ethernet and back over to access point again. We give it a few minutes and we'll notice that when we go to try to log back into our network, we're going to have to put in a password. And now you can see when I go to rejoin my XR18 network, I now have to enter my password of 12345, and I'm good to go. Let me just reconnect here on the AIR Edit software. And that's it for that. Another point to consider is the placement of the AIR mixer on stage, or more specifically, how the antenna is aimed. You want to have the antenna aiming straight up in the air, radiating around so that your signal is creating the biggest radius possible. Contrary to what you might think, taking the antenna and pointing it at your device is actually the worst case scenario. So if you are placing your AIR unit on stage as so, you're going to want to take that antenna and point it upwards. Now there's a few other things you can do here. If you're still having difficulty, there's actually a hard reset option. So if you're just totally lost, not able to get connected, maybe you set a password you don't remember, this is basically functions just like a hard reset on your router at home. So you're going to take a little paper clip and you're going to put it right in this hole here, right by Wi-Fi client, and hold that for 2 seconds. And that's going to do a hard reset of the router, and everything will go back to factory settings, and you can go ahead and start from scratch there. Now, again, this shouldn't be necessary, but a nice option to have should you need it. Now, what if you find yourself at a really large gig where there's tons of people with lots of cell phones and a lot of wireless congestion? I'll give you an example. We were recently at the NAMM trade show. Not only were there tens of thousands of people, but there was a lot of other companies with their Wi-Fi networks, and there was just a lot of congestion going on. Now for these scenarios, we have an Ethernet port on the AIR series of digital mixers, which you can use to hardwire to your computer or to connect to an external router. Now what's great about being able to use an external router is that the AIR is future-proof. So you can use a dual band router today, which will operate on the 2.4 gigahertz common band that everyone else is operating on. But it also operates on the 5 gigahertz band, which is pretty open, at least for now. But because we have the Ethernet port, whatever band we're using in the future, you can go ahead and replace that router and you'll be good to go. I know we were at the trade show. So I hope you picked up some tips on using Wi-Fi with the AIR series of digital mixers. I'm John with Behringer, and thanks for watching Music Group TV.